We wanted to take a moment because there are many incidences occurring right now, as we know, on our planet. We just had another one that is in wide recognition. Our brothers and sisters in Paris, and the violence and the destruction and the mayhem in the midst of children and mothers and brothers and sisters and all the people that have hope. And just moments before that, it was occurring in Beirut. And we know that it's happening consistently in Iraq and in Syria. So it's not just one place that this is occurring, and we can bring our consciousness and our awareness to this. I cannot even fathom. I can't even get to the snowflake of fathoming what it could be like that I feel so unsafe in where I am, in the energetic around me, that I'm willing to leave everything I have and take my babies and not know where I'm going and hope I reach some other country where I could feel safe. And so we have hundreds of thousands of refugees, just moving to a place where they feel safe. And it's disheartening at times. It can make one angry at times. It can make one do and have all kinds of feelings. But the place that we're really invited not to go is fear. It was interesting last night. Dr. Peter and I went to an event, and I sat next to a gentleman I didn't know, and once he found out that I was a minister here, in the topic of Paris, the first question he asked me is, "Are you afraid?" And I said, "No, I actually am not afraid. I don't live my life in fear and anxiety." And that's because I found a community and a teaching and a philosophy such as this. So my first reaction is not fear. Therefore, I can stay grounded in the love and knowing the truth, even in the midst of the violence and the mayhem. And I'm grateful for that I'm not walking in a world based upon fear. And this is a beautiful representation of Paris in January at a demonstration where they literally went to the streets and said, "No, we are not going to bow to this. We are not going to bow to fear. We are not afraid. We are not going to let you take who we are in our environment." And the more that each of us bring our consciousness and our awareness to this, we know that it makes a difference. I love what Ernest Holmes says, that fear blocks the more complete givingness of the Spirit to its higher form of manifestation on this planet. So anytime there is fear, it blocks the highest form of manifestation on this planet. And the highest form of manifestation on this planet is us. And how we show up for one another. And so in the midst of this, what I wanted to bring is a writing that I found. Dr. Peter posted the whole writing on Facebook, so if you're a social media Facebook person, you can see it. But it's by a well-known author, Dr. Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And I bring this snippet that she wrote in relation to Paris. She shares, "Ours is not the task of fixing the entire world all at once, but of stretching out to mend the part of the world that is within our reach." That's what Solomon did with that young man in school. But of stretching out to mend the part of the world that is within our reach. Any small, calm thing that one soul can do to help another soul, to assist some portion of this world, will help immensely. It is not given to us to know which acts or by whom will cause the critical mass to tip toward an enduring good. We are at the point of critical mass on this planet, and we don't know which acts or by whom they will be that will absolutely tip it to the goodness that is in each of us. She continues, what is needed for dramatic change is an accumulation of acts, adding to, adding more, continuing. We know that it does not take everyone on earth to bring justice and peace, but only a small, determined group who will not give up during the first, second, or 100th gale, because she relates all this to a ship. And there are storms, and we just had another big one, and they continue to rage. So, one of the most calming and powerful actions that we each can do to intervene in this stormy world is to stand up and show our soul, to stand up and show our consciousness, to stand up and be that love and be that presence, even when we're feeling things that don't look like that. She invites us to actually post this where we can see this in our house or every day, and I love it. When a great ship is in harbor and moored, it is safe. There can be no doubt, but that is not what great ships are built for. We each have a boat upon the ocean, but not everyone, as Kenny Loggins, one of my favorite songs, are sailing them out to sea. So we are being called to be that community. That's what I love about our community, that we collectively are embracing this consciousness of oneness, this consciousness of unity. We know that as someone is harmed or injured, it's just as if I too have been harmed and injured. And yet there are people whose lives in many countries right now, including our own, are shaken, unsettled, not knowing where their loved ones are they okay? And so we are going to do a collective prayer. So I invite you to bring any of these situations into your heart, to hold like a blanket, to wrap the blanket, all of us, wrap the blanket of love around every single person right now that is not feeling as loved and as safe and as cared for as we are in this community in this moment. Bring them into your hearts, because there is no space and time or distance in our hearts. And so, remembering that which is life itself, love itself, spirit, God, the universe, this unending, never-changing, Alpha Omega presence that is omniscient and omnipotent. It is that which gives itself so unabashedly and so freely to itself that it knows itself so well that it would not dare harm itself. It cannot stand against itself. It cannot destroy itself. For it is a presence. It is a power of love, of harmony, of peace, of joy, of forgiveness. It does not know separation. That is man-made. Human beings make that. This collective presence, whatever we choose to call it, and still cannot truly know it, is at work everywhere. And as we know that this life force, God, Spirit, universe is, we know that each of us fully embody that. There is no place within us where it is not. And so in this moment, by that power and the authority of this one mind, life itself, Christ consciousness, I speak the word for every single person on this planet. knowing that where there is hatred, there is peace. Where there is war, there is nothing killing or harming. Where there is a sense of separation, there is an awareness that we are all connected in this divine string that cannot separate us. That no matter what our faith traditions, no matter what our political stance, no matter what our culture, no matter what our background, no matter where we come from, we come to this place of peace and of love and of unity. We extend our hand out to those closest to us, and we know that we are the tipping point. And as we extend that hand, the other person grabs it, and we pull everyone up on this planet so that humanity rises to its greatest good, allowing everyone to have safe passage, a home, food, shelter, and a sense of belonging and connection. And if there is anything that keeps this from occurring, it is eradicated within our own selves, within our own minds, within our own hearts, so that we rise to who we truly are, our brothers, our sisters, our cousins, our nieces, our nephews, our mothers, our daughters, our friends, our strangers, our fellow citizens of the world. And we allow that which is calling us forward to be truly claimed in each of us in this moment now, sending prayers and love and consciousness to those that are impacted by acts that are not divine. And we release these words not needing to know the how, for we have faith and we have trust that this is manifested. And so it is.